Okay, never mind. We're just gonna camp out right here. Because the van's not moving and I don't feel like putting on chains right now. I camped out last night in the Deer Lodge National Forest. It's just outside of Butte, Montana. And this isn't somewhere that I haven't stayed before. When it comes to Montana, I've stayed in a lot of places in the backcountry. I was here a couple years ago with some hitchhiker I met. He was biking from the west coast to the east coast on a road bike, and he was live streaming it all, and he turned out to be a really cool guy, not a serial killer. What are the odds? So I don't know if you could hear that thud that's coming from the back whenever I go over a bump. Because I could sure hear it. It's coming from the passenger back wheel. There's a pretty loud noise coming from this shock. I believe it's the shock. I've already crawled under there to check that anything's loose. That shock has a little bit of play in it, and you could definitely tell the seal is blown. I'm gonna head into town today and see if I can't find a shop that can rebuild the Fox 2.0 shock for me. Let's see, I'm also gonna do some grocery shopping while I'm at it because I'm running low, man. Spring is in the air now, guys. A beautiful bluebird day. I just rolled into Bozeman, Montana and got some groceries, and now I'm headed to this 4x4 shop, see if they can't rebuild my shocks. Fingers crossed. Okay, so some good and bad news on that off-road shop that I went to. They could get me in to rebuild the Fox 2.0 shocks, but they can't get me in for 6 days. It's currently Friday. Well, they have to order some seals, then their next availability won't be until next Thursday. So, gotta figure out what to do for a week. I don't think it'll be too hard being in Montana. I went ahead and pulled over here just on the side of the highway. Pretty cool spot. There is a river and some mountains in the background. I went ahead and sprayed some WD-40 in my shift linkage. It was feeling a little stiff, and it loosens up a little bit. Now I'm gonna hop back on the highway, find somewhere to camp out for tonight, and I think I'm gonna pull that shock off and see how bad it really is. I managed to find this beautiful campground, the Custer-Gallatin National Forest. Yeah, it is next to the highway, but you know, it's pretty easy getting here. I think it's about $5 a night to camp out. This will allow me to take this shock off and see what really is going on. But first, I'm gonna go and set up camp. Of course, all that really entails is opening up this top and now that that is taken care of, let's see what's going on. So fortunately for me, these shocks are pretty easy to pull off as they are, but now that I'm thinking about it, last time I was down here, it was because this wheel was bent from going over this rock that came out of nowhere. Now, just from first glance, I could already tell that this thing has some issues. It should not be leaking as much as it is out the bottom seal. Yeah, check it out. This thing has seen better days for sure. Let's take it inside, get a better look. So the first thing I'm gonna try and do here is clean it off a little bit. Shock oil, you could tell. And then, without further ado, I'll just try pushing it down. Oh yeah, well, it's got a little bit of resistance, but that initial push, it just kind of dropped, which is not a good sign. I think it's safe to say this is definitely my clunking right here. Topping out way too easily. Definitely a seal in here that is blown. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and just throw it back in for now because there's not really anything I could do other than just inspect it. I really wanna make sure there's no pitting or abrasions on the shaft itself, just so I have the best chance of getting it rebuilt by their 4x4 shop that I went to today. But like I said, they're not going to be able to get to it for another week. which is fine. I have nothing else to do other than abuse this shock a little bit more by hitting all the dirt roads around here. But that's why I'm getting it rebuilt. That is no good. This definitely was not on the agenda, having a blown shock, but I'll be able to get this issue sorted out next week. Not too worried about it. If you want to help out with this little fix, I set up a Patreon. The link will be in the description below. Other than this, I do start work in about a week and a half. I can't really say too much right now. Hopefully I could update you in the next video. That being said, I'll see you guys next time.